Goeiemôre graad 11, good morning grade 11s. We're going to do the last parameter on trigonometry functions or graphs in your school syllabus. Let's quickly look at the ones that we did already. Goeiemôre graad 11s, good morning Lucy. We're back again with Trig graphs and we're going to do the last parameter, die laaste parameter. Kom ons kyk wat het ons al alles gedoen. Ons het gaan kyk na ons amplitudes A, wat doen hy met funksies? Hy rek vir hom so uit, or it presses it from both sides smaller. Toe het ons verder gaan kyk na P. The parameter P shifts the graph to the left or to the right. Dit het ons gister gedoen, die parameter P, skuif die Trig-funksie heeltemal na links of na regs, die hele ding. En Q het ons gesien, vat die hele funksie so, the whole graph shifts upwards when it's a positive, and downwards when it's a negative. Nou gaan juffrou kyk na periode veranderings. Period changes, and the last parameter we're going to insert there in front of our angle, and let's name that K. K. Wat doen K? K druk 'n funksie soos 'n konsertina so in mekaar in, of hy trek hom weer uit mekaar uit. The K parameter pushes the graph like a spring close to each other, or it tears it apart from each other and makes it way much a distance from each other, the lines. So that's what K does. En nou moet ons baie mooi gaan kyk na K, want K het ons bietjie leerwerk nodig. We need to have some learning work. And that learning work is, remember, K creates a period change. So as ons na die periode van ons sin en ons kos grafiek gaan kyk, dan weet ons sin of ons kos se periode is normaalweg 360 grade. Okay, that's very important. That's learning work. Our mother function. If there's a 1, the period is 360. If there's a 1 in front of the x, like y equals sin x, is ons moedergrafiek, dan en by kos, dan is ons periode 360 grade. So to get the new period when there's something in the place of k, we take that 360 and we divide it by 2. So die nuwe periode is nou 180 grade. Onthou, periode is vir een funksie om sy siklus te voltooi. It takes one cycle to complete in 180 degrees instead of 360 as normal. By ons tan weet ons periode is 180 grade. So whatever die K waarde sal wees, dit gaan ons dan by 'n tan grafiek in 180 indien. So, om dit maklik te maak, vat ons nou ons nuwe periode. So, in hierdie geval is K gelyk aan 2. So we take our new period. And to get our new stationary points, ons punte wat ons gaan teken om die grafiek of gaan maak om die grafiek te teken, vat jy nou jou nuwe periode. Your new period. You take your new period now. And you divide it by 4. And that gives you your new stationary points. Stationary points. Stationêre punte. So wanneer ek 'n periode verandering kry, dan gaan ek en ek kry eers my nuwe periode by dividing with whatever is in front of your angle. Dan vat ek my nuwe periode en ek deel hom deur 4, want onthou julle, ek het, wanneer ek 'n sin in 'n kos gaan teken het ek begin by 0 en dan maak ek enetjie en dan daar. Daar was 4 punte wat ek geteken het. In the normal mother graph, if I drew a normal sinus curve, I made there a point, there a point, there a point, there a point, and there a point. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but from 0 it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm dividing the whole cycle now in 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4, to get the new stationary point. So kom ons gaan teken vir y is gelyk aan sin 2x. En kyk hoe maklik is dit nou. I did my sums. On the upper side, I did my sums. So now, let's draw that function. Let's make it from 0 to 360. So ons gaan nou en ons gaan gou teken ons sin 2x. So wat doen ek nou? Eerste ding, ek gaan my nuwe periode uitwerk. My nuwe periode vir sin en kos 360 en in hierdie geval is dit 2. So ek gaan nou 180 tot by 180 grade teken. So ons kan sê, okay, as ons nou kalibreer soos normaalweg, dan is dit 90 grade, 180 grade, 270 grade en 360 grade. That's the normal sinus curve. Stem julle met jou voor saam. En ek gaan hom so saggies gou vir julle in geel teken, want julle ken hom ons so baie goed. Ons y is gelyk aan sin. As hierdie 1 is en daai is min 1, dan het ons ons so begin. Daar en daar. So wanneer ons hom geteken het, en I'm just gonna show you what happens, dan hy mos so gelyk. Ons gewone y is gelyk aan sin x grafiek. But now it's not sin x, it's sin 2x. So what do? We now gonna take the new period. And the new period now is 180 and we're gonna divide it by 4. So as ons 180 deur 4 deel, dan kry ons 45 grade. Reg? So instead of calibrating now in 90, 180, gaan ons nou hier 'n 45 grade insit. 135 ook insit. So ons gaan elke 45 grade soos by die tand gaan ons nou insit. 45, 90, 135, 180. The next one will be 225 degrees. And then we've got 315 degrees. Ja, 315 degrees. En nou, in steede van dat ek my punte elke 90 grade maak, gaan ek nou by punte elke 45 grade maak. So we start at 0, then we go 1 at 45, then there. Ek weet mos hoe lyk my sin, ek ken mos die patroontjie. Dan gaan hy aan, so, en dan eindig hy daar. So, see what happens when there's a 2 in front of the angle. Can you see that one sin cycle is now inserted in 180 degrees? So die periode is nou 180 grade. It takes this thing to finish up in 180 degrees. So we'll fit 2 of them into 360 instead of only 1. So dit is nou y is gelyk aan sin 2x. So the amplitude stays as 1. We fit 2 cycles into one normal 360 degrees. Hy het nie links of regs geskuif nie, want daar's nie 'n P nie. Hy het ook nie op of af geskuif nie, because Q equals 0. Kom ons doen gou 3 voorbeeldjies. En ons gaan kyk na periode veranderings. Let's do 3 examples quickly, and I'll sketch it for you, and you will see it's quite easy if you know your learning work. Jy gaan net 3 teken en dan gaan ons hulle eers oefen. Okay, let's start with number 1. Y equals the sin of 3x Number 2, let's do y equals cos half x. En dan gaan ons een tan ook teken met 'n periodeverandering en ons maak hom y is gelyk aan tan 2x. Let's start. We did the sinus, so ons begin met ons berekeninge. The normal period for a sinus, a mother function, will be 360. So my new period now, I'm going to work it out. It's going to be 360 degrees divided by 3, and that gives me 120. If I take that 120, my stationêre punte, that points, met ander woorde, op my asse, my maximums en my minimums. Dit noem ek stationêre punte. Vat ek al 120 grade en ek deel dit deur 4. Altyd. Always divided by 4. That gives me 30 degrees. Okay, nou gaan ek opteken. Baie maklik. Let's quickly just check. Let's do it still from 0 to 360 degrees. This one. So ons gaan sê. Okay. Ons gaan kalibreer in 30 grade. So let's start from 0. Let's quickly check the amplitude is 1. Minus 1. So ons gaan, that's the y-axis, x-axis. So we're going to calibrate in 30 degrees. So ons het 30, 60, 90, you're counting 30s, 120, 150. We'll have to lengthen our x-axis a little bit. 180, 210, 240, 270, 300, lengthen it a little bit more, because now we're going to have lots of graphs in 360, lots of cycles, dan tot 330 en dan tot 360. Now, what you need to do is we've got stationary points, so ons weet hoe lyk ons sinuskurwe, we know it very well, there, daar, and we go on with the sinus curve, en as ons omteken, kyk wat gebeur. 1, 2, and 3 of our beautiful sinus cycles in 360 degrees. Dis hoekom sy naam is, y is gelyk aan sin 3x. Baie maklik. Kom ons gaan teken y is gelyk aan cos a half x. Okay, let's do the next one. Let's get our new period. Take that guy en ons normale periode van ons moederfunksie 360, we're dividing it with a half. Now, when you divide by a half, you multiply with a reciprocal, so ek maal met 2, so ek het 720 grade. Wat gaan dink julle gaan gebeur met cos? Hy gaan uitgerek word. Hy gaan nie soos die voriges in mekaar gedruk word soos 'n konsertina so nie. Hy gaan uitgerek word. So kom ons kyk wat is die nuwe stationêre punte. Stationêre punte, take 720 divided by 4, en hy gaan hier in 180 grade, 180 degrees. So let's draw this one from minus 360 up to 360. So we take a bit of a minus side as well. Ons het 'n 1 hier, so ons gaan 1 minus 1, and now we're going to calibrate in 180s. So we're going to start at 180, 360. Okay. And to this side, minus 180, minus 360. So nou kom ons dink aan kos. Kos begin hier by 1, hy maak 'n bakkie. En dan gaan hy daardeur, en dan gaan hy daardeur. Okay. Can you see what happens here, grade 12s? Dis nie die helfte van my bakkie. The cosinus doesn't complete because there's only a half of this picture in the normal period. Sien julle? Only half of the picture on the positive and on the negative side. So dis net die helfte van my kosprentjie want die periode is 'n half. Very easy. Let's do the tangent. Baie belangrik, now very important, remember the normal period of a tangent is not 360, the normal period of a tangent graph, that one is 180. So we're going to take 180 and now we're going to divide it by 2. So die tan word nou in mekaar gedruk. If it's a whole number, it presses into each other. If it's a fraction, it goes apart. So ek gaan nou en ek sê, nou is my normale periode van tan is 90 grade. Okay? If you take the 90 and you divide it by 4, you've got half of 45, it gives you 22,5 degrees. Helfte van 45. Nee. Okay, so now, look at this. Let's draw it from minus 180 up to 180. Minus 180 up to 180. We've got an Y and an X, and there's a 1 in front, so let's use minus 1 and 1. We've got 0, so let's calibrate in 22,5 degrees. So it's 22,5, 45. Okay, now it's 67,5, 90. Let's lengthen the axis a little bit. Okay, now we've got 22, it's 112,5. I hope my adding up is correct. And then we've got a 90, 135 degrees. Then we've got 22 is 157,5. And then we've got 180. Okay, to this side we're going to do exactly the same but in minuses. So you can simply rewrite it from there. The same, all just minuses. And let's lengthen this one too. Minus 90. Minus 112,5 degrees, minus 135 degrees, minus 157,5 degrees, and here we've got minus 180 degrees at the end. Okay, remember that our asymptotes also shifts. Ons asymptote druk ook in mekaar in. So ons asymptote was altyd by 90 grade. So our new asymptotes for our asymptotes were always at 90 degrees at our normal fraction. So it's now going to be 90 degrees divided by 2, 270 degrees divided by 2. So it's going to be at 45. So insert it there. At 45, and 270 divided by 2 gives you 135. And the same at the negative side. 135. En nou gaan jy net weer soos normaalweg begin by 0. Eerste een is daar by 1. There at minus 1. So we've got one tangent in there. Now we're going to go there. Start at the minus 0 plus 1. Goed. Gaan ons weer hier by minus 1 en dan stop hy daar op 180. Okay, to the negative side again. We've got plus 1 over here, minus 1 over here, a full tangent in between these two asymptotes, en hierdie ouetjie gaan en hy gaan hier positief 1, en hy gaan daar begin, by minus 180, and it's going to be half of that tangent. So kan julle sien, dat in steede dat ons nou een prentjie van ons gewone tan op 360 nou 2 inpas. Two of our normal tangent pictures in 360 degrees is now going to fit in at 180 degrees. So dit is wat die periode verandering doen. Grade 11s, this, if you know your learning work and you apply your learning work, and you stick to it, en jy ken jou basiese moederfunksies baie goed, then this is not difficult. Maak seker dat jy dit ken en dit kan toepas. See you on Monday.